Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the first installment of Friday Morning Magic, where we catch up with the weekly magic news. And I frankly just wanted to get a legitimate weekly live stream going. I think live streaming is fun. I think it's a wonderful time with my job and the family. I have very little time to do it, so I miss doing this. So good morning, everyone. We have no moderators or anything yet. It'll just be me. So when we make polls, there might be a couple pauses here and there, things of that nature. I think we'll do some audio adjustments as we go, but we got some stuff to talk about today. We got a wild set of events to talk about today, so I'm excited for that. We have March of the Machine Aftermath, way too early box openings. Those have started already, which feels hilarious because March of the Machine, not even out yet, so it's pretty funny to see those. We've got the March of the Machine release to discuss today. The set officially releases today. It is the 21st, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. It does officially release on the... there we go. It officially releases on the 21st. So we have the official release date. And then if being the first episode and everything like that, we don't have a large viewership, I've got some data to collect. So let's jump right in. We've got some stuff to dig into. If you're in the chat, let me know. If you're not in the chat, well, I'm probably not talking to you then. That's gonna be how that goes. All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday, as this will be tradition. I'm gonna dig into some of my coffee. It is early. This is going to be a weird time. The Rise and Shine morning crew here, popping in and hanging out, because yes, this will be an early stream. It will 100% be an early stream, but I want to start with the way too early box openings. If you're in the chat, sound off. Let me know you're here. Let me know how your Friday morning is starting, or if you're somewhere else around this giant blue planet that we call home, and it is not Friday morning, it is some other time. Let me know how that goes as well. But it's time. I want to take a look at this box opening, because there is, I believe, a second March of the Machine Aftermath box opening, and that means I want to watch it. There are more cards being pulled, more things to look at, so I need to get to the bottom of what's going on here. Let's lay out the premise. This box ended up in the hands of YouTuber Old School MTG. Old School MTG got their hands on what seems, I believe, in episode 1, and if you haven't seen episode 1, we possibly could go back and check that out too from his series. He got his hands on a case of March of the Machine collector or Aftermath collector boosters. The story is he bought March of the Machine collector boosters, was handed a case, opened the case, and was like, "Holy moly! Like, this is crazy." So yeah. So that's kind of the case here. We're going to get into that. Again, if you're in the chat, sound off. I see Dominic. What a super weird when he said no value at all. I have the same initial thoughts. So let's get in. Before we get too far in here, I'm going to play this box opening. We're going to get down to it, guys, as we go, with it being episode 1, the first ever Friday Morning Magic, which we will be doing every single week, because I need to do something on my Friday mornings, and I miss live streaming with you guys. Make sure you let me know as we work through audio issues, any issues like that. I will check the chat periodically before we get into the video. Jason, what is up? Good morning. Cheers to each and every one of you, the coffee crew out there that is having some caffeine this morning, because, frankly, that's just the life we live right now. As we get older, the bones get tired, we get some caffeine. Let's dig into this box opening.
How's everybody out there doing today? I don't even know how I got this.
I want to make sure this volume is appropriate here.
My buddy called me up
so let's take a look. We're going to dig into this. This is episode 2. So if you haven't seen episode 1, let me know in the chat. We could go back and watch episode 1. This is episode 2 of this box opening. And I'm excited. I've got, I know there's some Rudy takes this week I might want to react to as well if you guys are hanging out. We've got a lot to talk about with the release and everything. We're kind of just going through, like, we're just playing with the box here. It's a really pretty box, though. I have, as we watch this video, for each and every one of you out there in YouTube land, the comment section on this man's videos have blown up. And I have an ethical question for all of you out there. Let me know what the audio's like.
I've got those coming soon, but I don't have no idea what's in here.
Let me know what the audio's like. Let me know what the video quality is like. If you need me louder, if you need the video louder, whatever it might be. It is an experience for all of us to hang out. But I've got an ethical question for each and every one of you out there as we dig into this, which I'm excited for. So stay tuned for that. We are digging into this box opening.
I think they're doing it like
it does look like I don't have a Double Masters 2022. I have back here, you can't see it's off camera. I have a sealed case of collectors. I wish I had a Double Masters 2022 collector box out because it seems ultra thin, which makes sense. We're looking at what, 6-card booster packs?
I have no idea.
All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Listen, as I said in my video about this, there will be no bashing of this creator or creators on this channel. That is not happening. I would just do the same thing. Like, I would just open this as well on camera 100% of the time. This fell into my hands. Oh.
No, looks like they're in the US, I think. Yep, made in the US.
Okay, digging into this. I haven't seen this. I want to know what's going on. Okay. So the first thing that jumps out to me is the treatments are the same. Like the art style and the treatments are the same. Here are our uncommons, first two, and then boom, Nissa right off the bat. The non-planeswalker Nissa. The duplication of this set has been wild. Tell me you haven't noticed the duplication. Like, we're going back-to-back cards here with Nissa. We're going. Oh, this is the first. This is the first video. This is the first video. What is going on?
So very weird.
There we go. This is the one I was playing this morning. We're going to skip right to the boxes. I was about to say, it started to look familiar. So, Joriel, that's the buy a box promo. Ooh, the Streets of New Capenna frame, by the way. Streets of New Capenna frame, most underrated frame. Most underrated frame by far. And etched foils are back. Shout out if the viewer is in here from the comment section yesterday. I got a comment yesterday that I know you're a fan of etched foils. I love etched foils too. Etched foils are fantastic. Etched foils are fantastic treatments. You're completely wrong if you don't like etched foils. And no, you're not. But, like, listen, that's fine.
Gold Forged Thopteryx.
Okay, so this is a treatment. This medallion treatment is super interesting.
Legendary permanent you control as Ward 2.
Like, oh god, it's really interesting. I gotta tell you though, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Thopter Tribal coming back. The etched foiling though, the etched foiling. Etched foiling chat is where it's at. So Rocco Street Chef, I remember the last Rocco from Streets of New Capenna. I always wanted to build a Pioneer kind of brew around, and it just didn't make much sense. Spark Rupture, so this is the big one. This is where we start to see some of the story-driven architecture of the cards, where it's like the Planeswalkers have lost their spark. They are characters again. Okay. we're gonna zip through this. Now, I loved this frame when it came out. I loved this treatment. The Strixhaven Mystical Archives, and now with all the other treatments, I think it just doesn't look as good. Maybe I'm just wrong. I would have loved to see Gilded Foils make a return. Gilded Foils, GOAT. Gilded Foils. Checking in on chat, guys. If you're here and you're having some coffee this morning and hanging out while we talk some Magic news, good morning and welcome. Thank you for hanging out. It is the first Friday morning Magic. If the music or audio or my voice needs to be turned up or down or anything like that, please let me know. Clay says only 50 cards in the set, 72 per docs. Definitely going to be a lot. Yeah, I agree. But the back-to-back duplication, I think, is what gets me. The back-to-back duplications was like jumps off the page to me. And then we see the training grounds. Okay, we see the training grounds. The Throne of Eldraine. The Wilds of Eldraine is going to be a nutty set. Gosh, I can't believe that's so close already. The Throne of Eldraine treatment is gorgeous. Nothing crazy yet. Again, Planeswalkers losing a lot. The fact that it's a small set, I think, is super interesting. With a small set, I've got some takes after we watch this video that you and I, each and every one of you out there, will talk about, and I want to talk about it too as we go through this. If you're going to be here Friday weekly and you're interested in moderating the stream, creating polls, helping me engage with each and every one of you out there, let me know. I am looking for qualified mods. It helps if I've seen your name in the comment section over and over again. That 100% helps.
Play tap. That's good. Add colorless.
Ruins.
2 and tap. Put 2 1/1 counters and target non-human creatures.
Oh, look at that camera. Oh, that's you. For those of you that don't understand, when your box opening camera defocuses, it's the most stressful moment ever. You're like, no, just freaking, please come back. I said in my video, the Drifter. I said in my video, the one thing I'm probably most excited about is the return of the Halo foiling. For those of you that are out there that want to see that, I've got a Halo foil that I keep around here for this rant because I love it so much. I really think that's a fantastic move to return the Halo foiling. Tolarian Contempt. Put into the field for rejection counter. Okay. Warm-up. Oh, God, the etched foiling.
We haven't seen yet. So
Top 6.
Finally getting some new cards here.
So it does seem like Boros is leaning into this, like exile cards, play cards, play those cards for a turn. It's always been kind of a sub-theme, but it really seems to be entering the forefront. That's kind of just what Boros is doing now. God, it brings me back Showdown of the Scalds. What a fantastic card. Kaldheim, right? Showdown of the Scalds does not get enough love. Drop it in chat if you like Showdown of the Scalds. I think that's the card name. Gosh, if I'm just pulling random Kaldheim cards out of my butt and getting them wrong, not a great first Friday morning Magic. More coffee.
Undercity upheaval again.
More Thopter Tribal. God, Azorius Etched Foil is a beautiful color. See, now here's Karn. Here's Karn. Power and toughness is equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. Okay? So even power toughness is beginning your upkeep. Add for each artifact you control. This mana can't be cast non-artifact spells. Wow. That is wild. This is the first I've seen this Karn. That's cool. Hey, at least Karn's got, he's got action pose. Action pose. I don't know why Karn's got super action pose. Enchant legendary creature. Gosh. Oh no. Am I gonna, is it the first episode and I'm gonna get into a everything is printed for Commander and I hate it rant? I hate that everything is printed for Commander. Don't let me do it. Do me a favor, don't let me do it, chat. Don't let me get into that rant. If I start getting into that rant, you stop me. I'm going to go ahead and tweet the stream real quick just to make sure everyone knows.
Copper Coat Vanguard. Each other human you control gets +1 and has Ward 1. 2/2 for 2. Not a bad little card.
I'm going to tweet the stream just so in case anyone wants to jump in. Gosh, look at that. Like, the foiling, give Wizards credit. I always get a bunch of trouble from you guys. Give Wizards of the Coast some credit. Wizards of the Coast does a good job with a lot of their foiling. I understand. Listen, foils Pringle. Listen, foils bend. TCGs across the universe know that foils bend. It's tough. It's tough out there for a penguin. All right. God, Streets. Ooh, the Etched Foil Training Grounds. I think that's the first I've seen the Etched Foil Training Grounds. It looks good.
Where is it dead? Victoria's dead or deed?
Yeah. Okay.
Copper Coat Vanguard.
Each other human you control. It has war. I mean, listen. Mono White Humans is good. There's a lot of options for Mono White Humans across a litany of formats. Yeah, Tyvar was a Planeswalker, and now it's not. Rebuild the city. Just take a land. Oh, okay.
Deification.
Deification could be interesting. I don't hate Deification.
Monk Spirit Token.
Eric with the stopping by to have a like, or to give a like. Thank you. Good morning. Cheers to you. Hope you have a fantastic day, Eric. Shout out. Now that's Clay brings up, and so this is part of my ethical question. And we'll get into that after we wrap this up. I've got an ethical question for all of you in chat. I'm going to prepare the poll right now while we are...
I couldn't find anything about this set.
Let's get the end result for the poll for Hometown TCG. Have you watched a Hometown TCG video? Everyone here's watched a Hometown TCG video. Heck yes. Appreciate each and every one of you.
The Scavengers again. And the Arnie Metal Brow again. And Incubator Friction. 2 more packs. Lots of duplication. Okay, we're up to our 6 mythics. You think we're going to get any more? Are we going to get to 7 in this box? Or... is every box just going to have 6? There's that Vanguard again. Same foiling and everything. Death Rattle on it again. Leyline Immersion. Nib Mizzet. Leyline Immersion.
So as I make this poll here, like I said, we're looking for moderators who want to maybe take care of some of this.
We saw that one yet. This time it's in the edge. And an Elemental Zombie Token. Alright, one more pack. You guys have to let me know in the comments what you think, and if you've seen anybody open this set at all yet, because not. I looked for the videos, couldn't find any. All right, filter out. I do like watching other people's opening videos too. It's kind of nice.
Here we go. This is going to be our lead into our ethical question. I want to get this poll up because this is our lead in to our ethical question.
With the crazy foiling. It's got that kind of wavy.
Oh, look, like the halo foiling coming back is just it's just a goat move. It's just so good. The halo foiling making the return is everything I want in foiling.
Okay, so we did break the 6 mythics we got in the last box. We got 7 this time. But
there we go, Narset.
No.
All right.
So we got 2
like
got
it's a pretty decent box. So let's kind of get into what this is going to mean here. This box is going to be interesting. In my opinion, I think this box is going to go back to some old school Magic principles, right? Actually, we can just leave these up here while we talk about this. It seems like it's going to go back to some old school Magic principles where it's like, if what we're hearing is true, there's not as much as a regular set of this printed, and so like the cards that are halo foil in that rare slot, they're not crazy serialized, whatever the gimmick is this time. But if there's fewer of them on the market, they should hold a value, and I wonder if that's what Wizards is going here. I know. The notion that Wizards is going for fewer of something on the market ever is, I don't want to call it laughable, but it seems like it might be laughable. We might as well let this play out here. So that's the box opening. I gotta tell you, I expected when I saw this pop up, and I had a follower message this to me and let me know, hey, this is up, like just so you know, it's great. And when I saw this bad boy pop up, I was like, man, oh man, we're gonna see whatever the big like secret piece is to the set, the serialized, 1 of 20 or like something was gonna happen. And then when it just seemed like a standard box, it was just like a regular box of cards. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, it threw me off a little bit. I'll be completely honest with you. So I don't know. That's my take on the Aftermath. Way too early box opening, but it does beg an ethical question, right? Like if you had the opportunity to do this, are you doing it? Are you opening a box way too early? And if so, are you making a video? This is something I had to wrestle with yesterday. I had to I'll go ahead and pop back the first one while we're talking. I had to wrestle with this yesterday.
I think they're doing it
like just the notion of, am I opening this box or not? And I'm like, I'm 100% opening it. I have 2 options here. I'm either opening it and recording it, or I'm reaching out to Wizards and trying to get them to promote Hometown TCG and essentially extorting them. Like not extorting them, but like, you know what I mean, like a little bit, like kind of. I want to know what you guys think in the chat. I'm gonna pop over. Like it is tempting to make this video. Oh my goodness! Pop it over to the chat. Good morning, everyone. Again, coffee. We build up the energy to start our Friday off on the right foot. I don't think there would be any. Gary. I don't think there would be any serialized cards. Anger Collections. Yo, what is going on? Grasshopper is opening it and recording it, not banning an eye. I'm doing the same thing. Like I'm not a Wizards partner here. Like I am down. Grasshopper, I'm down.
Okay. I don't know that card. Really cool.
Dominic, you just have to check his viewer numbers on his Aftermath videos that boost the channel 100%. And like, listen, channel boosts are great. And we're not going to get into the YouTube craziness, but I really think you're going to need organic growth, otherwise those viewers are going to come and then disappear. As I've started making more and more Magic the Gathering content, you do find that you have to build that audience again. There is no skipping the grind. There is no kind of jumping the line. You can get a nice little boost, but then you have to stay consistent. You have to build on that. But we're not going to get, that's YouTube boring crap this morning. Not getting into that. Cassidy, WotC is unethical. Why question? Like, listen, there's a lot of WotC hate going around, and I get it. So I think just the only difference is from a public-facing perspective, where it's like, ooh, that filter out. I forget that comes up. That blue is nice. It gets me every time. the public-facing
filter out.
perspective is like, oh, what could they do to me? Like, you know, Hometown TCG is an LLC. Like, could they come after me? Could they bankrupt me and my family? Like, there's that thought in the back of the mind that just starts to go, and it gets a little bit scary. So again, I want to know what you guys think. If you're on the road watching and hanging out while you're just kind of traveling throughout the multiverse on your way to work, home, school, whatever it might be. A, thank you for tuning in, and B, when I say to engage in the chat, don't engage in the chat. Don't hurt yourself engaging in the chat. But that is that. I do want to get into another video that I talked about today, and it is from Mark at Solar Games. I have slowly started to really enjoy that channel, but before we do, I think it is going to become tradition. I think we need to check out what Rudy's done this week. Rudy, what have you done this week? There's been some weird ones. So Rudy's talking about the Fetchland collapse, Modern Restitute, videos on Commander, the plane chase cards. The plane chase cards are a huge deal. I really think this is a massive deal. I am down to sit back and listen to Rudy talk about some plane chase cards. If you in the chat have something you want us to talk about before we transition into the March of the Machine release and how I think that's going to go, make sure you drop it in the chat if you have any suggestions, any topics you really want to cover that you think are pressing. 100% drop them in the chat. We will talk about it. I want to know. All right, this one, the volume is going to be important, so you gotta let me know the volume on this one.
March of the Machine, Magic the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Plane Chase. Plane Chase is freaking...
Gorgeous World of 2023's... Are we going to the moon? Or are we going to zero? Where are we going? Does anybody know where we're going? So, folks,
oh god, he starts the intro of these videos is always so wild.
I am actually filming this on the day. Hopefully, it goes live, which is very rare. So yesterday, I ran the
like my YouTube theory is like get into it, start the content so people don't click away. Rudy's like, nah, you're gonna watch. Like screw you, you're gonna watch me. Like,
so I will report that to you all. It did not, but it did pretty good. I
mean,
the
commander his commander sale did not
sell. Set with the multiverse serialized cards, and I thought it was, I don't know, just an instinct call in there. Maybe my instincts be wrong, but I did sell like 99% of it. I think I had
the only time Watsy had any power over me is when the DCI number matter. But again, well, you still have a player number, a player ID, don't you, somewhere?
Almost
like that still exists.
600, a lot of boxes sold, but I did not actually sell.
Let me know how the volume is in chat.
I was a little surprised. I was a little surprised on that, especially we had a good amount of orders come in for like the full master case full size, which a master case of collector boxes is like 24 boxes, and I was selling those for like $195 to your door. And I was surprised. I really was. But
God, this is a video about commanders on collector boxes for the first minute and a half.
A lot of the messages, a lot of people like, Rudy, look, hey, the price is fine and all, but I'll be honest with you, when are you running the commander sale? Can you talk about the commander situation? So
this blows my mind.
It's very unusual that we get a lot of chatter about a commander deck set release. But this is the end. Now keep in mind, the March of the Machines, the mom set, stepmom set. So the stepmom set of commander decks is not a normal. This is the annual commander deck set, which is like the better power level, a little bit more expensive. These are the what I call the desirable
Commander 2020, Commander 2019 equivalent is okay.
So like TCG players like 190 plus tax, eBay's like 170 plus tax, which I'll be honest with you,
plane chase cards.
After this,
we're taking a look at the plane chase cards.
Like, I have not seen this much chatter on a commander deck set. People feel more excited about the commander decks than they do the collector boxes. And that's really strange. It's been a long time since I've seen that kind of behavior.
That is
and there's a lot of changes with this particular commander deck set. So it's a 5-deck set. They're all unique decks, and each one has plane chase cards inside. Plus, you get like a life counter spin down thing, deck box, and on top of that, they even added. So not only did the Wizards add plane chase, I think it's 5 or 10 plane chase cards per commander deck, not in all of them. So when you buy a set of 5. You get plane chase cards in each package of the 5. And on top of that, you get a sample pack, I believe it's called. They call it a sample pack? Like a mini collector pack from the March of the Machine stepmom sister washer dryer pack. So it's interesting that they're adding some more value and putting some creative things into the commander deck sets. That's it's been a long time since I've seen that. And again, I usually don't carry or talk much about the commander deck releases or the jumpstart releases what I like to call the supplemental, the mini versions that are released with like each set. Crimson Vow, Midnight Hunt, Kamigawa, Streets of Barry Manilow, Boulder's Gate to the Ground.
You get so much good information if you like dig through this, and then you get like the Streets of Barry Manilow.
It's just interesting that on these annual, people really look forward to that. Like a lot of people, even a lot of you all and patrons out there were like, Rudy, are you going to at least carry this Commander set? And the only 2 Commander deck sets I carry for the entire 2023 or for the year is going to be this particular one.
Yes, I know. And
then of course the Lord of the Rings crazy one coming later this summer.
So he's only carrying the 2 Commander sets.
They tend to be kind of watered down.
Only carrying the 2 Commander sets is
or like
weird.
The Jumpstart 2022. Just like original.
I don't know
Jumpstart,
if I agree with
that's
that.
a whole different conversation.
I don't know if I agree with only carrying the 2
You know how I feel about original Jumpstart and original Commander Legends
I truly
2020.
think
And you guys know how much I love Jumpstart 2022. So now those are whole different conversations. And yes, I'm still selling those for 89 shipped. You get the Jumpstart boxes. I know.
Jumpstart. While he's going.
Sponsors. People email me, hey Rudy, would you like to sponsor our OnlyFans bathwater? Rudy, we've got this new company to sponsor. I don't trust that sponsorship.
March of the Machine.
I'm always afraid,
Jumpstart is
like,
what?
The sponsorship turns out to be like
how
doing
much?
shady crap.
It's like $65 pre-release.
So
Jumpstart.
Myself, my left nut, and I got to sponsor and push you guys. It's,
This.
So anyways,
after this video, this is what we're talking about.
Set
look at this.
Could be kind of the sleeper winner of this particular release.
Look at this price.
I think the collector box and Commander are my two
after this video, but look at that price.
I mean, the draft and set are just normal.
Crazy.
I mean, again, Rudy's going to shill again. Do not pay 110 plus tax for a draft box. Seriously, like get your stepsister to be a Rudy patron or something.
Oh my God! All right, Rudy, you don't hold on. Rudy, you don't get to pump. You don't get to pump your Patreon on my channel. Get out of here.
And I don't remember ever having plane chase cards inside of each Commander deck. I don't think that's happened either. So again, Rudy's I'm gonna blow him out and make dramatic noise and everything.
One of the goats of the channel in the chat. Shout
full
out.
Series. It'll be as cheap as like $149 to your door, and as much as like $169, depending if you want one
channel goat
set or if you
is
want
among us.
And I don't know. In the past on this channel, you all know I used to be very dramatically involved with the annual Commander release until the last 24 months when they started doing Overload, of course, Wizards of the Coast, where they just did so many Commander deck releases we had
Naran is among us
because they were diluting the value of the brand and they were just being a bunch of Timmies and idiots. Gee, what a I know you in the back. I know what a surprise. We know.
All right, this is come on, Rudy.
Something. So the supply got bottlenecked. Wizards never went back. They said whatever. So the price point of Commander 27 decks is a very unique animal that does not reflect anything else. And then I invested and I made my dramatic videos about Commander 2018 4 or 5 years ago on this channel, telling everyone to collect and hoard and do all that terrible stuff.
Gosh, looking back, I would have never thought
we're severely underpriced.
I would have never thought Commander 2018 would be like this major thing that everyone is involved in, everyone wants a piece of. Like, I did not see that coming. I did not see that. Listen, it's good. I think I bought a set of the decks and I sleeved them up somewhere. Those that don't know this about me, I have random Commander decks just sleeved up. So if people come over to play, I have like precons all just littered throughout the house, just sleeved up. And I'm not even a big Commander player. I can only imagine like what Commander enthusiasts, like people who are all in.
The set themes, 2020 Commander was the Ikoria. That was the Ikoria release had the annual Commander. And again, that turned out to be really
good. Naran, I didn't moderate you for the pressure. I moderated you for the status. You didn't have to do any work. You just
Channel Goat Commander and 2022 Commander was weaker, but they've also been stable.
Channel Goat,
Amazon ran some sales on them, but they never fire sold them. And anyways, but now that we've gone through history, you guys have held hands with me in Central Park. We frolicked together and prancercised. I really like what I see with Commander 2023.
Rudy's ability to spin a yarn.
I'm going to be selling to patrons. I am biased, but the fact that they have new items added on top of that, and the fact that you can get
plane chase, right?
A whole series of 5 Commander decks for even 160 shifter, 169 shifter, whatever.
Like plane chase
just the fact you can get 5 decks, 5 sample packs of collectors, 5 things of plane chase, and the whole series. Like the value you're getting in 2023. For around $160, $50, $70, whoever you buy from. Maybe you don't buy from me. Maybe you buy from a Rudy's ex-girlfriend emporium or something. But the value you're getting in Magic for under $200 is incredibly good. And in an era where, you know, Lord of the Rings is coming with $400 set boxes, to get all these pre-made 100-deck commanders.
This is a good.
Isn't the commander?
This is a good conversation that he's bringing up. This is a good conversation. Like everything is coming up here. Everything's about to drop. But this set not only looks amazing, but has Plane Chase, has the annual Commander set, has a follow-up lore-based set. Like, oh my gosh, this is so much. This is so much and so stressful for people to, like, it's a stressful time to be buying Magic. If you haven't embraced the not everything is for you, you're in trouble right now.
Like, I mean, you get a lot of value in 2023. Things are so expensive. That was the reason of this video, was just I haven't seen something like this in a while from Wizards that I felt was really like, wow, dude, you can get a bunch of pre-made 100-deck things. You get a foil or an etched commander. You get Plane Chase, some collector cards, and dice. It's like, you get 5 sets of that for like under 200. Like, it's pretty cool, man. I think that's a really neat thing. That's why we're shilling today and talking about it.
No, you're not shilling your Patreon on my channel,
Rudy.
Rudy.
All I have to say, I still remain very skeptical that you all need to be careful on the supplemental commander decks from like normal set releases. For example, the commander deck set from Kamigawa, or the commander deck set from Streets of Barry Manilow, or the commander deck set from Baldur's Gate. Did Baldur's Gate have a commander deck set? Maybe they did.
Let's see here.
The commander deck set from Dominar United, the commander deck set from Brothers War. Be very careful about those kind of cheaper supplemental.
Or is Brothers War
Don't
Commander
want
going to be its
The
own
demand is
category?
weak. And those have higher risk of Hasbro or Wizards dumping on Amazon, because they're very difficult to move those products because they're just not that good. They're cheap and they're not exciting.
Let's see if we can find.
If you're interested in Commander, you're a huge EDH player, you do strip Magic, whatever you're interested in. The Commander, this is the annual one you should be focused.
So this is.
That's the Rudy opinion. That's the Rudy bias shill. I'm going to be.
I mean,
selling
wow!
product,
And look.
and that's where I stand.
Look at that.
Thing. So
Look
conclusion
at
of this video.
Like,
Rudy
it's
did not sell out of his
this is
collector
wild.
boxes, but the demand was still very solid. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the result.
Oh, he didn't sell it at collector boxes. Okay, so he's revving up. And it's wild. So he doesn't sell it at collector boxes, but do we have the reason why? I'll talk about Commander in a second. I have to address this. It's on my mind. This set felt incredible to open. It felt, if you've been involved in Magic for the last year plus, like that short of a window, this set felt wild to freaking open. It felt wild. And like, here we are with this. Anyway, I don't understand the $202 that we're doing. Let's pop back over here. I'm going to take, he gives us so much information. The fact that it's the annual set does have a lot to do with it. Like, those commander decks generally are better. They're a little more fun to play. They don't feel as rushed. Some of the commander decks feel crazy rushed. But what do you guys think? Let's pop over. Good morning, Tal. Tal is 100% another channel goat with Neuron. I'm telling this story. We're taking quick 2 seconds. We're taking a 2-second break to do story time. Tal is a viewer of the May the Zoo Be With You podcast. It's a podcast that releases every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central, or 8 a.m. Central Time. I think it's 8 a.m. Central Time. I don't know. And I do it with my 2 very close friends, Louie from Kitchen Table TCG and George from Compete Sport. Tal watches the podcast, and we sometimes on the podcast we will plug my channel and say, if you want more of me, which I know you probably don't, but there's a couple people here that do. You know, they go to my channel and they can subscribe and watch my videos. Tal is committed to watching the Hometown TCG backlog. What are you doing? This human is going through and watching every Hometown TCG video in the library and leaving a comment on every single one. It is the wildest thing I've ever seen. Multiple times throughout the day, I get a comment on a video I did a year ago. The channel's been around for years, I guess, but like a year ago. It's insane. So Tal, another channel goat, is among us. Naran and Tal both here. Thank you all so very much. It's just crazy. I'm getting comments on videos that I forgot that I made, and some takes that aren't super great. So actually, you can make me relive that every day. So I guess thanks a lot, Tal. You are goated and modded. That is insane. Guys, if you have anything, just again, we kind of checked out some of this video. We got some stuff to talk about, but most importantly, I want to talk to all of you guys. So if you have any suggestions on topics you want to talk about, anything you want to cover in today's stream, or anything you have any questions about, or something fun that happened in your week, drop it in the chat. Make sure you give the stream a like and all that fun YouTube-y stuff that I really am not great at promoting and doing. So, popping with you guys, Cassidy said, I don't have the time to build decks like I used to. Now I like precons for a change of pace to keep decks updated with singles. Dude, listen, Cassidy, singles are always the way it goes. I talk a lot about sealed product. The obvious answer is to buy singles, right? Like, it's just 100% always going to be the answer. Like, let's just buy singles. Of course. Devin, my Chan, what is up? Devin is OG. Devin was here since video 1. Devin, what's going on? So I think this stuff is awesome. This stuff is amazing. This boggles the mind. This right here boggles the mind. I want to know. This, I need you guys to let me know. So again, we're looking for moderators, people who want to throw up these polls or anything like that, while I am kind of making some of this information, doing things like this. So if you're interested in being a stream moderator every Friday morning, you're more than welcome to join. If not, you're more than welcome to hang out and watch the stream. But I have to get into what's the price for March of the Machine collector boosters. So I want to know, what's the price? What is it? What's the price for March of the Machine collector boosters? I have to know, because it seems like these are way too cheap. After opening this product and having so much fun, like just a lot of fun. Now, again, when I do box openings, you guys know, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know this. If you haven't been around the channel, welcome. Thanks for joining the channel. I'm not a box opening content person. That's not my niche. That's not my bag. However, I really like to take it all in and enjoy the product without opening every single card and then holding it up to my screen and saying, how much are you on TCG Player? Like, that's not how I open a box. That's how I'll probably open boxes personally. But when I do a box opening, I'll just embrace the cards and love the treatments and kind of get a feel for the product. It's something I enjoy doing. So I don't know anything about that, so preface this, but I had so much fun opening this product, getting a chance to see like the full art foil companions, which commanders and companions, great targets for full art special treatment baller things, because often they sit outside the realm of play. You can dig into them, pull them in and pull them out anytime you see fit. So I think that's super interesting. I want to know that, yeah, this is just wild. What's the proper price? What are you paying for March of the Machine collector booster boxes? That's the next big question. And it blows my mind. Set boxes. I'm in the middle of actually collecting a bunch more data. If you follow the channel, you know I collect sold listings from every single set. And set boxes are also cheap. Like, look at the set box. 106. 106 and 200. And if we just compare that to the keyboard, when I live stream, the keyboard's at such a weird angle to get to. Like, just comparing that directly to Phyrexia. Like, oh, Phyrexia has taken a massive drop. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay. There's one. Techno-Arcery, there's one. And then we're sitting at 213. So that's, okay. I was about to say, am I just way wrong on this? No, I'm not. There's one freaking box. I don't want to hear it. Chat. If you're in chat, I already tell you, I don't want to hear it. There's one box. Don't at me. That doesn't count. And then set boosters sitting at 120. Like, I honestly think, I don't understand why the set booster for March of the Machine would be less fun to open than the set booster from Phyrexia. I think the set booster from March of the Machine is way more fun to open. And you get the Multiverse Legends. You got people like Mark at Solar Games pulling 9 Ragavans and things of that. Like, I'm opening the set booster there all day long. I just added started and ended a Q&A, and I don't really know what I just did there. So we'll move on. Guys, I'm going to dig into that's a good transition. The Solar Games video is something I touched on the channel. It got the comment section going. If you were in the comment section of that video, you know it got the comments section going. So he put out a video about collation and distribution issues with March of the Machine and kind of what that might look like.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mark from Solar
I want to
Games,
dig into
today
this
we're gonna
video
talk about some issues I'm seeing in the March of the Machines boxes.
Tal, the
bundles,
companion reprints
everything,
are
really.
freaking rad. They're so good.
So we'll go from the top. There is now confirmed some issues with the March
Rob,
of the
I don't have
Machines
the history here.
bundles.
Rob,
I do believe, given that all bundles are a single print.
Rob, I'm talking directly to you now. This is Friday Morning Magic. It is episode 1. You are just welcome to come and chill here. We will be live every Friday morning, and don't ever sell yourself short. You matter in this chat, mostly because I have a terrifying and scared personality where if I don't respond to a chatter, they're going to hate me forever. So, you matter here. Don't downplay yourself.
Print, and that they are all part of the same batch. That this
listen, I put a lot of effort into building my background.
Though I cannot.
I love Mark's confidence where he's like, I've got some cool stuff to say.
I think
you're gonna listen to what I say.
I did notice.
Do you know what I mean?
Issue. So
where Mark is just like, you're gonna listen to what I say.
Inside the bundles, you'll notice that there is a card that is more numerous than it should be, and the card I'm talking about is the
Grasshopper. Hard agree.
Unlike how
the shape doesn't seem to have changed,
the normal
but
boosters, the
not only are they
for
doing
the list
better,
card
they're
is
selling better, but they are just way more fun to open. I had no interest in opening set boosters.
You're going to get a list card, and in a booster box of set boosters, that's around 7 list cards.
Jason,
per
dude,
box
I feel
around
that.
number,
Is it mom?
However, inside the
bundle hoarding
8
time
set boosters. But your drop rates for a list card is very high. I mean, it's not 100% because sometimes
is it
you
mom
do get
bundle
the
hoarding time?
DFC
it feels
card,
like it might
the little
be
helper card. But most of the time, you're going to get a list card. I'm talking almost 7 out of 8 to 8 out of 8 times. Out of that,
so this is the big point he's making. In those bundles, the list cards
that is way beyond
not distributed properly among set packs. They're all over the bundles.
Definitely going to skew 2 things. Number one, the list.
He's saying when you buy the bundle, you get way more list cards.
Almost intentional or helpful print. The list was always meant to be like a surprise element. It was never meant as a reprint vehicle for certain cards. However, the list also has chase cards.
Oh, you did great. You grabbed them on bundle. Okay.
It does mean cards like Anointed Procession.
Dude, if you want it, grab that bad boy.
Phyrexian Altar being on the list does help a little bit with card supply overall for players to get cards for cheaper because there's more available.
Do you guys know how hard it is to find this list? The other day, I was freaking searching for this list for the video. I want to do a screen cap. I want to grab a bunch of stuff. It was obnoxiously difficult to find a complete collection of cards on the list. I just want to point, it was annoying to get to the bottom of. The list is cool. It needs to be managed better.
However, again, because of how rare list cards are, you're getting 7 per box, and there's a ton of garbage, common, uncommon type.
Oh, no.
Hey,
Mark, where'd you go?
You're going to be like, well, if it makes Wizards look bad, then it's not. There's a lot of hate on me for multiple different rarities. You can't fire the card correctly for a bonus years of Magic and for set boosters for this set specifically. Okay, just, again, take that for what it is. Again,
I haven't confirmed any of
this
this
whole thing. I just don't understand why in 2023, after 30 years of Magic, we still have collation issues.
Cold take. Mark, I like your videos. I like it. Cold take, in my opinion, and again, in my humble opinion, we see this all the time. I mean, look, Pokemon Fusion Strike hits just walked out the door the other week. So, let's not, I don't know, that happened. It shouldn't. Wizards should be better, and they need to improve this. But it happens. Stuff like this seems to happen way too often.
The printer can't fire the card correctly for a bonus slot. It almost seems like, after what they did at War of the Spark, where they're able to ensure one Planeswalker per pack of multiple different rarities, mythic rare, common, and uncommon. Mythic rare, rare, and uncommon, right? So it was really difficult to get that done.
Bundle case,
how come they're messing this up now? It just doesn't make any sense.
257 bundle case.
So there's that. Now, that's not the only
I
collation
never thought I'd be
issue in
looking
this
at
set.
bundle case
so
prices.
If you guys remember
and
my
being
videos
like,
on
that's
mythic rarities,
tempting.
and
Ooh, it's
whatever,
so
super
tantalizing.
mythic rare, whatever, secret rarities, right? And there's a lot of hate on me for making those videos because a lot of people are like, oh, so there's a couple reasons why. Number one, Mark, on the hand, don't care. You guys are my audience. Mark. I run my channel. I run my store.
Solar
I
games.
support myself.
I like this channel. I like the way, again, the confidence in the
so
delivery.
I can tell you the truth because I'm not sponsored, okay?
That's my new favorite thing. And this is not, Mark is not the only one that does that. My new favorite thing is channels that aren't sponsored. Like, I think Rudy kicked this off, and he's like, I'm not sponsored by anyone. And again, not a Rudy shot. I love Rudy. I'm a Rudy patron. I'm not sponsored by anyone at me. And like Rudy said it, now everyone's like, I understand. I'm in the wild, wild west of magic. I'm not sponsored. Like I actually, ironically, as the shill, I am sponsored by a game store. I still feel I say most of everything that I want to say. Way too early product releases and stuff like that. That area gets a little hairy, but I say pretty much everything I want. But I like that this has become, we're transitioning into this trend of YouTube land where it's like, I'm not sponsored. It's like, well, yeah, but I say whatever I want too.
Okay? Not approved or whatever. I don't get a special promo card.
No,
sent to me
I got to get
WotC
the confidence that Mark
preview
has
to you
in his
guys.
delivery.
Okay?
Where
I'm
you
not
just
one
like
of those people, and that's why I'm
gets up
able
there
to
and he's
tell
like,
you the
again,
truth
I just
whenever
got some
can.
good information. You're gonna want it. Rudy does this too.
So,
it's like
on to secret rarities.
I'm giving you this information. You're gonna want it.
There's a problem with the multiverse
Oh my gosh,
legends.
I have
whatever
the
card.
best question
Everyone's
ever.
been going crazy, like, oh man, they're putting Ragavan. They're reprinting Ragavans already. Oh man, Ragavan's so dominant in modern and Pioneer or whatever. Modern.
I
sorry,
have
not
the
Pioneer,
best question
modern.
for you guys as we wrap this
That
this
this
video
card
with
is like
Mark
the
up.
new standard.
I need
modern
to know.
rotation, blah, blah, blah,
I
blah,
have
right?
to know.
It's really, really good, and we need reprints of Ragavans. And so, I mean, even at MXP Oakland, I saw a lot of people knowing this news, knowing that Ragavans is part of the Multiverse Legends cards in the booster boxes. These Legend cards, by the way, are in every single pack. Your draft pack, your set pack, your collector's pack definitely will have them, and they're inserted there everywhere. And as far as I can tell, in draft packs, you're going to be guaranteed one at least. In set boosters, I mean, I've seen as low as one, but those are pretty
I have
rare,
to
and
know
it's usually
that
two.
poll in chat. I need everyone. If you're in chat
And
right
I've
now,
had packs with four. If
you're
there's
in
a
chat
foil
right now,
one or whatever. So
I need
anyways,
to know the
there's
answer to this
that
question
possibility.
because there is
You're gonna
one
have a
answer
lot
to
of
this
these
question.
Multiverse legends, and most of them are going to be your uncommons and
I
some
must know.
rares. But really, where people are looking for is the mythic rares, right? You have all the original Phyrexian Praetors, so Norn,
I need answers to this
Vorinclex,
poll.
Urbrask,
Very important poll.
Taxis.
You don't understand.
And Shieldred. Okay, that's number one. Number two, there's a bunch of other
Okay, listen.
cool
I'm so
reprints, like
I'm so
original-
distracted. I'm so distracted. Chat. Should we watch the greatest Magic the Gathering video ever created? Like in the history of mankind, of humanity, of cardboard enthusiasm. Enthusiasm? You know what you understand what I mean. Should we watch like I feel like we 100% have to. Oh, we have to. I need to know what are the results of the poll right now? Where are we at? We have 8 votes. No. I need more votes than 8 votes. We have to watch. We have to watch the greatest piece of Magic content ever created in the I'm telling you, in the history of the internet. Since the internet was a thing, there's been no piece of Magic content ever made that is better than this piece of Magic content. It is not possible. Not a thing. Not a thing. Are we watching the greatest piece of Magic content ever? Who's the creator? Well, I mean, Bob, you have seen me and the creator on the same screen before. That's the hint you're getting. That's the hint. Rob, that's the hint. You have seen me and the creator on the same screen before. Now, is it the same? Are we on the same video? I don't know, but you have seen us on the same screen before. I mean, the answer is yes. We're watching this. We are watching this. Look at my guy. Look at my guy. Look at my guy. Wait. Is that a thing? Did the historian threaten to cut people's fingers off for slow play? Oh, listen, that man means business. I would keep my fingers away from that situation. This is the greatest piece of Magic content. Look at my guy. All right, hold on. We gotta.
You know, this.
Look at my guy with the Bob Barker mic. Just strolling into the One Ring green screen background. This is the greatest piece of Magic content
Millions
ever
of people will have the opportunity to pull a one-of-one card in Magic the Gathering, but this is not the first time we've had that opportunity to get a one-of-one card.
God, the confidence in delivery. Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, hey y'all, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG.
Look at the wing. Look at the hair wing. Like, I'm such a good YouTuber, and I'm going to entertain you so much. I don't even care if my hair's out here. You know what? Screw you. You're going to watch it anyway. Why? Because I'm the GOAT.
My name's Louie. Hope you're having yourself a fantastic day and a great week. This is not what we usually do on the channel. Usually I'm just trying.
Mosh, we will be ending this shortly, so then afterwards you can jump over and watch May the Zuby with you. This is
going to get you to buy stuff from my website. Which I guess
wing.
I'm still trying to do, but today we're going to be talking about a one-of-one card that you may not know about. And this is the most rare Magic the Gathering card in existence, and the cool thing is that every person in 1999, every Magic the Gathering player in 1999 had the same chance at getting this card. Now, flash forward to today.
In my last video, in one of my videos this week, someone was like, you have to stop moving your head. Like, you're making me sick with how much you're bobbing around. And this man, this madman, this absolute legend of a YouTuber just goes, nah, you're gonna watch, I'm gonna entertain you, and you're gonna like it. Suck it. Like, I love this.
Today and in 2023, we are getting ready for the Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings set that comes out with one-of-one serialized cards and a bunch of other serialized cards that aren't quite as rare. Spend a few $100s on a collector box and you get yourself a chance at a $150,000 plus card. And if I had my bets, I would bet it's closer to $350,000 by the time the set comes out.
You guys taking the one-of-one ring or the Lotus? What are you taking? What are you taking? You got to take one. An Alpha Lotus or the one-of-one ring? What are you taking?
But back in 1996, you couldn't just have a fat wallet. You actually had to play the game in order to get the card.
You're just 100%
and that was the case for Australian native Thomas Chapon, of which I am definitely not pronouncing your name right, who won the 1996 World Champion card. Ooh, look at that thing. And to do so, all he had to do was win the World Championship.
Dude, this
thing is insane, and if it existed today in a tournament, it would actually cause Commander players to try to play a real format and win it. Oh, I'm sorry, Commander players, yes, I'm just joking. There's going to be a lot of sarcasm in this video. I also suck at Magic the Gathering.
He just lets his sarcasm shine, dude. This is the greatest Magic video of all time, and the wing is still there. The wing is still there.
This thing is a 5-cost, one of each color, and then you get a legendary creature that cannot be the target of spells or effects. It also has the power and toughness equal to target opponent, which makes this thing rather good for 5 mana. The sauce of it though is that for just 0 mana, you can search your library for this thing as long as it's in your library, discard the rest of your hand, and you get to play it on turn 5. Okay, though, but back to the rarity and value, because I know Magic the Gathering players don't care about the cards, they just want to talk about value and investing. There's the sarcasm. This thing is confirmed by Wizards of the Coast to be the rarest card in existence, so rare that they actually destroyed all the other copies from the sheet, and they destroyed the print plates. Now, I don't know about you, but
I didn't know this. Okay, so us enjoying the content aside, I didn't know they destroyed the print plates for this. That is super cool, and he makes a good point. I don't think they're going to do that for the one-of-one ring. This video is GOAT.
I'm not going to put a bet that Wizards of the Coast Hasbro will destroy the print plates for the 1-of-1 serialized card,
like
but
that
you
he
can
just
put your
picks,
bets
like,
in
an
the comment section
unflattering
down below.
C-SPAN
So, Tommy Boy wins this thing with
image
a
of
white weenie
Chris
deck,
Cox.
of which the judges
Like-
even nerfed due to some card condition issues, and he had to put additional planes in his deck. And Tommy held on to it until
Grasshopper, me too.
2001, of which
yeah.
he sold it for $17,500, or adjusted to inflation is $30,166 today.
That's
Thanks
so
a
cheap
lot.
now.
I'm just joking. We're not going to do that. We're not going to get into politics. Anyway, the person who bought it in 2001
that joke at
apparently
first,
didn't
I'll be
want
honest with you.
anybody to know who he was. Let's just hope he told his wife about it, because we're not getting that younger, and I don't want this thing to sit in a binder somewhere for the next 100 years.
That's a real concern with these things. That they're just going to be, they're lost to the annals. The Magic community is what, 20 million people? Like, the 1-of-1 ring is likely just going to be lost to the annals of history forever and infinity. Like,
Now, if this
100%.
thing emerged today in 2023, I actually believe it would be the most expensive sold card of all time. To put things in perspective for you, in 2003, which is 2 years after the 1996 championship card sold, Scry Magazine valued an Alpha Lotus at $595.
100%.
Today, an Alpha Lotus on eBay raw would sell for between $65,000 and $85,000, which is 127 times the value of the card in 2003. So
Actually,
if you
we just see it
calculate
pulled on this
that
channel.
all out into this 1996
Guaranteed.
World Championship card that sold 2 years prior in 2001, we are looking at a potential $2.2 million card
Damn,
for the 1996 World Championship card valued in 2023. You know, maybe my $350,000 value at the beginning of this video was pretty bad. We're gonna keep it going though. Championship card valued.
It's become such a thing on YouTube that you have to be like, not financial advice. Like, you have to blanket say that. I want to like put that in my channel header. Do I put that in my channel header? And nothing I say
in
if I ever talk about
2023.
values
You know,
is
maybe
financial
my
advice.
$350,000 value
Just, like,
at the beginning of
blanket,
this video
just, like,
was pretty bad. We're gonna
nobody
keep it
take
going
advice
though.
from me.
I'm not gonna change it.
It's a horrible
Anyway,
plan.
there's only one other true 1-of-1 Magic the Gathering card currently in history, and I can't pronounce its name, but it is a dragon. And it also doesn't really count because
card's
you and
cool.
I would have no ability to get it back when it was created in
This card's
1996.
cool. This card's
This really cool dragon thing is really cool, but it was just given to the DCI Tournament Center in Japan and put on display. So again, it doesn't really count because you and I weren't able to either pull it from a pack or win a championship or any world championship.
Gosh, that's where we're gonna end that video. That look right there. That look. The subtle disappointment in me for doing a podcast with what is one of my best friends in the entire world. The look in his eyes. Oh, that's hilarious. That is the greatest piece of Magic content ever made. A couple things we got to address in chat here. Good morning. Oh my goodness. If you like the stream, make sure you click that like button. I don't know how many likes the stream has on it yet, but I do know we need to get as many as possible to help push us out to the YouTube world, as we are going to be live every Friday. So if you're going to hang out here, if you're going to like what we do, make it a habit, pop in, hit the like button, boost that number up, help more people come in and join and hang out, because I think we're having a good time. I like the idea of Friday morning magic, grabbing a coffee, hanging out with each and every one of you all. A bunch of you in chat also watch this vid. The confidence that Louis delivers this with is just so good, and how you can tell. Louis is one of those dudes, man. You can tell when he has fun with his content and like enjoys himself, and it's just like, you know what? I'm leaning in. I'm having a good time. The content gets so good, and this was one of those. So, you know, I made fun of him. I texted him a screenshot of the hair wing right away. I was like, dude, the video is great, but you couldn't like tuck the freaking hair into your hat for like 2 seconds. Like, nope, too busy making great videos. So shout out to Kitchen Table TCG, the real homie. What a great homie. Ashton Wings, curious what I do if I pulled the 1-of-1 ring. Gosh, this is, let's take a look. Let's find some Alpha Black Lotus. Let's go to eBay. let's traverse down the rabbit hole to eBay. I don't need this. I don't think I need to sign in. Alpha Black Lotus. I think I'm going to, like, if I pull an Alpha Black Lotus is like so tempting. But I don't think you can make the trade straight up yet. I think the 1 of 1 ring has to build some value. So it scares me to hold on to it. It scares me to hold on to it. Jason, thank you for hanging out. I think you were OG first in the chat. Jason, thank you so much for hanging out. Again, every Friday. So we appreciate each and every one of you. I'm trying to get, if I get the 1 of 1 ring to answer Ashen Wing's question, I'm trying to get a Lotus. Like, and we've theorized, and we'll transition. This is kind of, as we go to the end of the stream here, we're going to be ending a bit here today. We'll watch maybe the intro and talk some last week's May the Zoo Be With You or something like that, because I want you guys in chat to have an opportunity to go, we're not going to watch that live. I want you to be able to go over there and watch that. I think I am trying to get an Alpha Lotus. Like, I think I'm trying to get an Alpha Lotus out of it, but I think the 1 ring has to marinate a little bit. If you catch my drift, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, it's going to have to marinate a little bit. And to do that, that's risky. You get the 1 of 1 ring, you got to hold idea. You got to hold on to it. I'm 100% not destroying it. I'm 100. Like, I got a kid. That's college money. Like, even as the bounty sits right now, that's college money. That video on YouTube is not making college money. I guarantee you that. Like, you are not going to get out what you put in. Listen, we'll make a deal. I'll sell it to you for the market rate, and then you can destroy it. How's that sound? I'm 100% not destroying it. Did you see his giddy response when he pulled it? Yeah, Rob. Yes. Guys, thank you. Yes. Thank you for watching that with me. I needed that. I think my goal, because, like, is the Alpha Lotus the Holy Grail, right? The Alpha Lotus is the Holy Grail of trading cards. 100% is the Holy Grail of trading cards, right? Like, it feels like it is. And if you can get your hands on the Holy Grail, everything else starts to feel super attainable, doesn't it? Like, oh, I want to, or maybe it's the OG Charizard. I don't know. I think it's the Alpha. I think, again, I'm biased. I would think it's the Alpha Lotus is the OG. It's the Holy Grail. It is the card. And if I have an Alpha Lotus, I feel like, well, I can get anything now in the trading card game space. Like, I can pick up any product. There's no way. Like, I can't get that. Yeah, I'm picking the Alpha Lotus. And the thing is, you look at that, like, here. You look at Black Lotus here. You can't shop somewhere like TCG Player. Tal, the Illustrator Pikachu, maybe. And again, I'm admittedly a bit disconnected from, like, that whole Pokemon super high-end collectible world, but maybe. The Blacker Lotus from Unglued. I love this card. This is a hilarious card. The 30th anniversary. Why is the 30th anniversary edition Black Lotus $14,000? Why is that a thing? Oh my gosh, why is that a thing? I think it's a realistic goal for me at some point to, like, maybe turning over a large portion of the sealed collection, anything like that, getting the old school. I still got a bunch of Flesh and Blood back here. Maybe Mon actually does go to 1K, and if it does, maybe turning that into, like, a Black Lotus from Unlimited would be pretty dope. I think that would be cool. I don't know what you guys think, but we're going to stop here. We're ending the stream. What we're going to do on the end, we'll watch an early segment from May the Zoo Be With You, and then I want each and every one of you to make sure you go like that podcast. Let them know I sent you from the morning show, Friday Morning Magic. We are doing this every Friday. Again, if you haven't subbed yet, and you like content like this, you like hanging out, you just like something to do on your Friday morning, have some coffee with some homies, we are around, and we will be here every single Friday morning. It is time, though. Let's go see how this episode starts. We will dig in here, and then we will go. We will sign off. We will thank each and every one of you. Let's start. That's pretty good. Let's start the episode. Are you guys gonna sing the intro with me? No? Okay. All right. Enough.
That's a lot of cards.
That's a lot of cards.
Yeah, that's a lot of, and I think I counted.
Whoa. Welcome to May the Zuby with you, America's most smelling like Teen Spirit TCG podcast. It's true. I'm, of course, joined by the man in mourning, Josh.
I don't get that
black. All black.
one. Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
You're wearing a black
day,
shirt,
homie.
so you're the man in mourning.
We're black almost
great.
every day.
True.
Are you going to continue the intro, or are we just rolling?
I'm also joined by the man who has the open mic night, every video that counts, Louis DeGeorge.
And we're joined by George,
Greatest
whose
video of all
intros
time.
are getting worse and worse as time
actually
goes.
true.
As
I
it
didn't feel
gets
this one today.
older and older and
What
worse
do you guys
than
want
now.
from me? This is intro 100, okay? Enough.
Is this episode 100? It's got to be close.
Happy 100th. I don't care.
All right, we're celebrating. This is the 100th episode, everyone. We have no clue if that's true, but
not.
it's probably close.
You know that?
Probably. Do you think that I keep track of things like that?
I could have critiqued your beer, not your terrible open mic night video, by the way. Your beer looks vile.
I hit 2 million views like 3 or 4 months ago.
look at
I had
this
no
Louis
clue.
bragging
I had
on my
no
channel.
clue. Somebody
Imagine
messaged me and was like, "Hey, congrats!" I was like, "On what?" Anyway, today we are welcome to
on my
Magic the
channel.
Gathering podcast. We're so glad that you're here. Make sure you hit like and subscribe right now while you're waiting. We're going to be talking about March of the Machine and pre-release and sales and all that stuff. We're going to give you our thoughts on Aftermath based on the allocation numbers. Hey, real quick, everyone. This episode was recorded before the Aftermath spoiler box opening, so a lot of our takes did not include that, obviously, because it didn't happen yet. So we still just left everything as is, just for the fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode, but the March of the Machine Aftermath part will not include any discussion or any knowledge of the spoilers that came out on Thursday after we recorded the podcast on Wednesday night. Hopefully you enjoy the episode. Have a great day. Be kind to the people around you, and hit the like and subscribe.
The video dropped like 7 hours after we stopped recording. It was horrible news. It was horrible news. I instantly texted the guys. I was like, this is the podcast curse. You guys know what we're talking about over on the May the Zuby With You podcast. One last shout out. If you're still here in chat, drop a chat. Let me know. I appreciate each and every one of you. We will be going live for at least an hour, maybe even an hour and a half, every single Friday morning. I just appreciate each and every one of you. We'll be checking out some Magic content every Friday morning. We might do some box openings. We might play some games. We maybe as the podcast or as the morning show builds, we'll play like a game of Commander one morning. I mean, gameplay, I'm not super into that. I much prefer like sitting here chatting with you guys. I like to play games when I'm on my own, when I'm not hanging out with you guys. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, you guys know my name is Josh. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out. My intros and outros, bit long-winded recently because I feel like I really want to connect. And next Friday, I want to see each and every one of you. And this is my way of doing so, is by being long-winded and going on for way too long and not knowing when to just end the stream.